30 seconds. Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, boys and girls. It's me, Walker1 here, and today we are playing some TF2. I reanalyzed the navmess to 1.75 chunks because that's the midpoint between two chunks,
Mission begins in
which is
30
the
seconds.
maximum tactical thinking that humans can think. And 1.5, which is the minimum, or where one
Mission
chunk
begins
to
in
two
10
chunks is
seconds.
the minimum of one
4,
chunk and
3,
the maximum
2,
of two chunks.
1.
And 1.75 is the in between 1.5 and two chunks, which is these bots are thinking more locally. What? So I'm trying to find ways to have to make this bot like feel more human-like when playing with them. Feel more human-like when playing with them, like almost like playing with other random players. I was using Copilot to inform me on stuff that I have questions, like my inquiries. So I'm yeah. So
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
trying to find ways to make bots feel more human-like, like making human-like decisions and thinking locally. That I think they're now thinking locally because I reduced the number of chunks that they think from two chunks
Mission begins in 30
to
seconds.
1.75 chunks, which is the maximum local chunks, which is the maximum chunk chunks they
Mission
can
begins in 10
locally think.
seconds. 5, 4, 3,
But
2,
it's
1.
not easy to say, but the Copilot told me that for 1.5 chunks, they feel more human-like, like us humans. We think locally. We don't think globally. So yeah, Also, the same thing I was doing in Gears mod with the relentless like trying to make them seem more, to make them feel more seem like a human. They're making like human-like decisions, human-like hesitation, human-like overcommitment, human-like mistakes. Where anything that us humans will achieve. Probably in the simplest way, just trying to make them more imperfect players with human-like qualities. So I hope you guys can enjoy the gameplay, even though I've been rambling like the first round of the match. So I just stopped talking and let you enjoy the fascinating gameplay of human-like bots. Question mark. And this would improve much further with if I have the like that TF2 bot plugin, which it basically improves the stock TF2 AI into using into having randomized loadouts. Randomized cosmetics and other things that the stock AI or the stock TF2 bots cannot achieve or doesn't have the capabilities. I feel like the final point is always going to be the toughest to beat. Well, the nav max view distance, well, let me tell you from my understanding, the control command of that is like often misunderstood as like you generate an FMS and you get all the compute visibility. Yeah. but often is misunderstood. So the actual thing is the nav, the nav view, the nav max view distance actually lets the bot sees which nav areas are reachable and which nav areas are not. So by default, the console command by default is 6,000. Could yeah, that would take a while, fucking medic. But well, I've been testing with bots on different max view, max and nav max view distances, and telling Copilot on what's like more lifelike or human-like view distance. And it tells me that we can see up to beyond 2 chunks like 3, 4, 5, and beyond that. But we can only tactically think at a maximum of 2 chunks. And we can locally think tactically for a maximum of 1.75 chunks. This is not going to be easy. So since TF2 players are designed to be like to mimic like actual players, I think changing the view distance to 1.5 chunks or hammer units 1237 hammer units, then they were actually think more tactically instead of just like how AI just bomber rush things and like make suicide pushes. Bullshit. So in this video, if you have a keen eyesight, maybe tell me on the comments down below if you see bots acting more like human-like players. not, I have to make some adjustments or something. We're using console commands, and that's about it, because to actually make them more human-like, and that actually depends on their architecture, on their structure, their internal code. Why is it always the? Why is it only the heavy that? Why is it only the heavy that pushes to keep us from pushing further? Red, this is going to be tough because it's near. It's very. It's the CP is very close to the spawn point, and every time one dies, another one spawns in. Okay. Come here, fat boy. Thank you for stealing my medkit, dick. Well, first off, we need to deal with those two sentries very close to each other. Make this 500. I don't know, 25. 0.25.
Victory.
Finally, Jesus Christ, what? That took too long, but we managed to get the point. Probably one bot or maybe more bots made a mistake and just decided to attack rather than defend, or I don't know, just stay still or something. For this TF2 bot, this is the most human-like, possible that I can come up with, because making them more human-like depends on how they were coded.
2, 1.
Where the fuck is my team? Okay, you have to stay here and what? Of course. Of course the pie will have to block us. Oh my god, are you serious? You cock blocking son of a bitch. So for these TF2 bots, this is the most human-like experience I can come up with to enjoy this experience solo instead of just going to servers and just playing with random people. And also, I'm also using the Netflix. So you see the bots like in where if you know what Netflix support, and you will know what they do to bots. Even though they don't directly influence the bots tactically, they indirectly influence the bots based on based on how they move. Stupid pyro. where we capture one. Now here comes the finale, which is not going to be easy to deal with because you know, if you know, you know.
You deserve a medal, Doc.
5 minutes left in the mission. 5 minutes left in the mission.
Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, these bots, even though they don't think like us, they think in chunks. So they think in chunks, not they don't think mentally like us. How far did that blow me? So if you you see the bots are like flanking more naturally. I think because of the nafness attribute avoid, which trigger forces them to flank because they treat like chunks beyond 1.75 more hazardous and dangerous. I think this also affects MVM bots, but well, for MVM you accidentally players on the human team and against bots. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to take this CP. God damn. So probably maybe stay tuned because I kind of like battling with the AI. So yeah. Why are you even there? And by the way, these TF2 bots are
Mission ends in 30
an,
seconds.
expert difficulty level. because for me, I'm testing out how human-like can I
Mission
make
ends
these
in 10
bots,
seconds.
and where can I make any bots?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we lost.
Failed.
Yes, good. Yes, good. Thank you for the push.
Mission begins in 60
So
seconds.
yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. This is Walk 1, and I will see you next time in probably another TF2 video or Gmod. I don't know, whatever I prefer. And I will try to make bots seem like human-like to get the most realistic experience
Mission begins in
and
30 seconds.
realistic matches.